So first thing that I did was completely randomize my character until I found something I liked because I'm not good at customizing my own character, so I let the game do it for me. And then I landed on this guy right here, and I was like, you know what? I think he looks cool, so I'll take him. As you can see, I've played some of the island, but I have not beaten the island. I have not beaten any map so far. So I decided to spawn all the way up in the top right of the map because that's also where I'm planning on building my main base, and I didn't feel like spending 30 minutes
Are you
going
the
across
one
the
I...
map to get to it after I got started. So I just figured I'd make it easy on me and spawned up here. In like every Ark adventure, everyone has to start with punching a tree and collecting some rocks for a pickaxe. And my special self decided he wanted to make two. After that, I made myself a stone hatchet and go with it. Then I saw these parasaurs over here, and parasaurs always my first tame. Well, almost always. They were level 55, so I didn't tame them. Then I went down to the water because you can get some fiber here without having to hope for it instead of gaining millions of berries. And I got attacked by these piranhas, so I left. After I got out of the water, I decided to make some clothing, and I wanted to craft a spear, so I got started on getting the resources, punching some trees, and then after the trees, you need some flint, so I started smacking some rocks. After all that, I got my spears, and I got myself a campfire to go along with it. I then proceeded to do some monstrosities to the nearby dodo, and then I saw this dodo over here is a level 125, so I said screw it, and I decided to tame it. After that, I went to go look for some berries, and I came across these most chops. The first one, there's no way I was going to get that one because of what he wanted, that picky bitch. Then I saw this one, he just wanted a Medjo berry, and I don't care if it's a low level, these guys are awesome for starter teams. Especially if you want fiber, because they can actually collect fiber from bushes. Then I went back and got this dodo tamed up, and after he was tamed, my athletic dodo was tamed. I decided to pick him up with the, and then get on muzzle chops, and I brought them both back to where the parasaur was, and I left him there. After that, I to go run down the beach so I could see if I could find that prime fish meat that the other muzzle chops wanted, and then I saw this titan just spawn in the sky, and then I also ran into these muzzle chops, which will become useful later. But I also ran into this really nice looking dodo, and I took care of him because he's a dodo. And then I looked in the water, nothing that I came here looking for. And then I came around the corner, and oh look, just a random Dilophosaur. I wonder what happened to his parents. I couldn't tell you, so I just took care of him from then on out. And then I decided to get some metal. I got 12 metal from these river rocks, so whenever I get to the point I have a forge, I can use my smithy and a pick. Then I took care of any unwanted guests on my way back. I also crafted a bow, 3 bolas, and 2 clubs to knock out that parasaur once I got back. And after I got back, I got straight to knocking out the parasaur, which required 2 clubs and 2 bolas. Then I farmed the berries needed to tame them with the mozo chops. After I got all said berries, I transferred the berries from the mozo all the way over to the Perry. And then after I did that, I decided I needed to get some resources to craft a saddle. And instead of grabbing the fiber out of the mozo chops, after I grabbed the wood, I went over to the water and decided to grab some fiber there instead of my mozo chops. And then after that, I took my baby dodo, not dodo, my baby dillo on a walk. Got him 50% imprinted, and that's all he's gonna get because I wasn't paying attention, so I was late on the imprint. Then I put the saddle onto the parasaur, and I went exploring for a trike after I tested out the damage on this dillo. Don't worry, I didn't kill him. He's still alive. But I didn't find any trikes, but what I did find was in this little area that I was also scouting because I plan on building a base over here. I saw 2 Castoroides and a Suko just, flying into oblivion. And then I proceeded to jump off of said cliff because I didn't see any raptors or anything. So I figured it was, nice and safe. So after I proceeded to jump off and take a couple steps, I see a big ass crocodile and I book it the other way. That shit scared me so much. I actually can't explain it. I was so startled. I've played the island here off and on like 3 times. Obviously, never beat it. I came in here a couple of times and never have I seen one of those guys chilling in here. I've seen Sarcos, I've seen raptors, I've seen fairies, but never one of these guys. So I wanted to check his level because if he was a high level, I'd tame him later down the road. But he was only a level 70. So for my safety, I got on my parasaur and I booked my way home so I did not get turned into lunch meat because who wants that? And then I found these 2 dillos chilling around my base, so obviously I took care of them. Even though my other dillo just, decided to say screw this, I'm out, like all the babies do. But yeah, after I took care of said dillo, guess who came running back with a little guest? And the little crap stole my thatch, so I hunted him down and, obviously made quick work of him with a quick spear throw because I just got that big of arms. Then I cooked myself some meat because I was hungry and I was starving and I was going to die. So I put some sustenance into my belly. After that, I decided to throw all of my stuff into this storage bin, except for my hatchet and my pick, because they were so low on durability. There would be no point in saving them whenever I could just craft ones with full durability. Then I went to go find this crocodile, which he moved to the other side of the lake. So after he got done feasting on all of the surrounding wildlife, I decided to eat some berries so I wouldn't die and make this whole trip for nothing. And I got his attention and I booked it as soon as I saw him look at me because if I don't have to die, I won't. And plus, I need to survive long enough to get him out of the area that I'm wanting to build in. So obviously I can't kill him, so the next best resort is bring him with me. And I can't tell you how scared I am turning around and seeing a crocodile open his mouth the size of 2 of me and charge after us. Also, he looked at me here, turned around and said, no, I'm not interested in you. So I couldn't take it. I ran up and just punched him on the tail, which did 0 damage. Okay, at least done 1. That dude's like, did you touch me? And then I turned around and he decided to get aggroed on something else. I decided I kited him away far enough from said base, so I just ran back home and called it good because I don't think he'll be coming back. After I get back home, I decide to name everyone. The Dillo, he spits acid and he screamed like acid, so his name is obviously going to be Acid. After I type it in, because I'm a slow typer. Then I named my Parasaur Voice Crack because, their little yell ability, after they do it, they can't do it again for a minute. And then I named my Mosa Chops Polly because she's a girl, and I'm going to use it for polymer. Except there's one little problem. I get jumped by some raptors as soon as I hop on to level my Mosa Chops. I look at his health, and he is completely doomed, so I decided to hop off and book it away from the Mosa Chops. The raptor decided, screw you, Mosa Chops, I want you. And then it proceeded to spawn me as far as possible away, so I was scared. And when I got back, the raptor decided to let my Mosa Chops live for some reason because I had no death prompt. And as soon as I ran around this corner to my body to grab my stuff, guess who showed up? The raptors. And they almost gave the same treatment to my Pterosaur. That as for his, his name, I yelled at them and gave him his voice crack, but they got scared, like the little scaredy cats they are, and I decided I won't do enough damage with Terry, well, voice crack, so I decided to grab my bolas, which I'm very slow at, and almost cost my Pterosaur his life, because, he took their attention for me, so they didn't come and eat me instead. I took care of this raptor, and at the same time I killed the raptor, the other raptor killed my Mosa Chops. They just waited for me to get back to finish off my Mosa. Then this stupid freaking Tego came, and I have some really good aim. I totally didn't miss all 3 of these shots that I took at the Tego. And then I decided to just give up and grab my other bola and get rid of this raptor before he got tired of the Pteranodon and came for me. And so, yeah, I took care of said raptor and got revenge for Polly. I then decided to pack everything up because now that I got rid of Mr. Crocodile, I can now move over to my base location, which I want to build at in the next episode. So I grab Acid, I grab my Dodo, and I grab Voice Crack, and we head over to where I plan on building my base. The only person who got in our way in this entire ordeal was this singular Dillo, which we took care of. Then after we got up to where I wanted to build my base, we took a look at the wild Castoroidy population. And let's just say both, oh my gosh, hiccups. Both the levels suck, and I also got attacked by these soldiers and other ones on the ground as well. And obviously I got my Titans from them, as per everyone needs, and I proceeded to just continue to take care of all the surrounding ones. If you're wondering what the other level of the Castoroides was, it was only a level 35. Then, after he falls over, I claim the baby, which is right next to him. Also, can you guys find the baby Mosa Chops in this picture? He is in the picture, but he is very tiny. The only reason I was able to find him is because I saw a little bit of movement in the corner of my eye. And then I proceeded to claim him and give them both some food. Then I proceeded to carry them home, to bring them home. But can we talk about how beautiful the walk here was? Like, just the graphics in the very like small area to get there. Also, these mouse traps kept getting stuck on every single rock, but it was so beautiful on the walk here. I actually loved it. I cannot lie. And then I proceeded to bring them all the way home, and this will be the end of the video. And thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, as it will help my channel grow since it is just starting. Have a good day.